何をしてる？立てよ、父さん。戦わなければ勝てない。戦え。戦え。戦え。戦え。戦え。戦え。戦え。戦わなければ勝てない。戦え。戦え。戦え。戦え。
Hey everyone, welcome back to our series on finding spiritual growth through the lens of anime. My name is Justice, and today we'll dive into the intense and complex journey of Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. In this episode, we're going to explore the theme of determination and how Eren's relentless pursuit of freedom can inspire us in our spiritual walk as Christians. So in our last episode, we talked about the importance of love with Yuta Kotsu and also using that in the power of faith. And today we're transitioning and focusing on Eren Yeager and his unyielding determination. Eren's story is filled with hardships, battles, and inner turmoil, but through it all, he never gives up on his goal of achieving freedom for his people. And that leads us to our first lesson of the day, the catalyst for determination. Eren's journey begins in the Shiganshina district, where he witnesses the horrific destruction of his home and the death of his mother at the hands of the Titans. This traumatic event sparks a fire within him, a determination to eradicate the Titans and reclaim freedom for humanity. Eren's determination is something we can all relate to. In our spiritual lives, we face various challenges and obstacles that can sometimes feel overwhelming. But like Eren, we are called to stand firm in our faith and pursue our goals with unwavering resolve. In James 1:12, the Bible says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that the person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." I think it's also wonderful to see how throughout Eren's journey, he kind of grows into a stronger person mentally and also physically, because he feels like he has to compensate for those losses that he visually saw, and also his losing his friends, his family, the closest people around him, right? So I think it's very valid that a lot of us face similar challenges. We fight with our faith all the time, and it's naturally okay to have those thoughts and fight with your faith, because if you're not fighting for God, are you really following him? So moving into the second lesson of Eren's story, I considered it perseverance in the face of adversity. Eren's journey is marked by constant battles and sacrifices, and it starts when he joins the scout regiment, facing life-threatening situations and watching his friends fall in combat. Even though this was an aspect of his character and he wanted to join the scout regiment since he was a kid, and seeing his mother, pass away in the hands of a Titan, he never wavers in his commitment. His determination is fueled by a deep-seated belief in the possibility of a better future. And as Christians, we're also called to endure hardships and trials as well. In Romans 5:3-4, Paul writes, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. Eren's story reminds us that perseverance is the key to achieving our spiritual goals and growing in our faith. So, as the story progresses, Eren, of course, discovers that he has some very remarkable abilities and powers, specifically his Titan transformation. This is very similar, at least mentally for me, thinking about embracing our own God given abilities. Eren's discovery of his Titan powers essentially brought on new challenges and responsibilities. He struggled with understanding his identity and purpose, facing doubts and fears, and even having those who were walking right beside him immediately turn their back and look at him in a completely different light, as if he really truly was a monster, yet it was the same person deep down inside. Despite these internal battles, he remained determined to use his powers for the greater good, even though others around him wavered within his walk. In our spiritual journey, we too may face moments of doubt and fear. We may question our purpose and our abilities. But just as Eren learns to embrace his powers, we are encouraged to trust in the gifts God has given us and use them to serve others. In 2 Timothy 1:7, we read, "For the Spirit of God does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." I think this also transitions into what Eren essentially becomes a wonderful leader. And that comes with a lot of complexity and a lot of challenges as well too. So as Eren's story progresses, his determination leads him to make difficult and controversial decisions. That even starts with his transition in the end of, or towards the end of Attack on Titan, where he decides to essentially crush everyone, including his own friends. And that is what he felt like he needed to do to reach his final goal. And as a leader, his actions, obviously had very far-reaching consequences, impacting his friends and the entire world. This aspect of his journey is really highlighting the complexity of leadership and the burden of making choices for the greater good. While Eren's methods and decision may be quite extreme, his story challenges us to reflect on our own leadership and the impact of our choices. In Proverbs 3:5-6, we are reminded to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. As we lead to make decisions, we should seek God's guidance and wisdom to ensure our actions align with his will. As humans, we are obviously prone to making plenty of errors and committing sins, but our spirit is what really dictates a lot of that. And if our spirit is guided in the wrong direction, then it's really hard to get back where we need to, which is closer to God. So, at the conclusion of Eren's story, Eren's final moments are a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Even when faced with insurmountable odds and the weight of his actions in front of him, with his friends taking crazy amounts of damage and sacrificing their lives and putting themselves in harm's way at his own expense, Eren never lost sight of his goal. His spirit remained unbroken, a beacon of relentless determination. And a lot of us are prone to losing to the indomitable human spirit because of how strong it is. Even though Eren felt like he was in the right, many other people, including his own friends, knew that he was in the wrong. And you can look at this in two different ways. One, that Eren's spirit is strong and he was convinced that he needed to do what he wanted to do. Or you can look at it as he was strong enough to essentially go by his own will against everyone around him And this kind of presents a theme that resonates deeply within the Christian faith, even though the context may not exactly be the same. In Philippians 4:13, Paul declares that I can do all things through him who gives me strength. This verse reminds us that our strength and determination come from God. Eren's journey, despite its dark and complex turns, illustrates the power of a resolute spirit. As we face our own trials, let us draw the strength from our faith, knowing that with God's help, we can overcome any obstacle. And this leads us into our final point of the day, understanding Eren's transformation and change. So, to summarize the end of Eren's journey, we witnessed a significant transformation in his character. Initially driven by a desire for revenge and freedom, Eren's perspective shifts as he confronts the true cost of his actions and the complexity of the world around him. His determination to achieve freedom at any cost leads to actions that strain his relationships and challenge his own morality. Eren's change highlights a critical lesson about the consequences of our determination and the importance of understanding the broader impact of our actions. As Christians, we are reminded that our journey is not just about our goals, but also about the love and compassion we show to others. In 1 Corinthians 13, 1-3, Paul emphasizes that without love, our actions are meaningless. Eren's journey teaches us to balance our determination with empathy and to seek God's wisdom in every step we take, or we risk the fact of getting lost. So to close, Eren Yeager's journey is a powerful testament to the strength of determination, the indomitable human spirit, and the complexities of transformation. While his path is filled with turmoil and complexity, his unwavering resolve to achieve freedom for his people is extremely inspiring. As we navigate our own spiritual journeys, let's remember to stay determined, persevere through trials, seek God's guidance, and balance our goals with love and compassion. I hope you guys were able to take something away from Eren's complex and unique story. I really hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. See you next time.
ごめん。
なんで泣いてるの？
島をエルディアを救うため、それだけじゃない。外の現実は俺が夢見た世界と違ってた。がっかりした。全て消し去ってしまいたかった。ごめんなさい。